Good morning. Happy Thursday. It's October 17th and today is the Aries full moon. Now it was exact around 5:30 this morning Mountain Time. This is a little bit of a spicy one, to be honest with you. A lot of spicy one. And you probably felt some stuff building yesterday. I know yesterday I actually started the day out in a really good space. I was in a good mood. I was getting stuff done and had this inspiration to start doing some other stuff, and then boom, right around noon I got a migraine and everything just started to tank from there, and that pressure, that heavy energy started to build from that point forward. What's going to come out of today, we'll see. Hopefully it was just that heaviness and kind of making me pay attention to a few things. That's all I see, hopefully. But this moon family began last April. It was April 19th of 2023. There was an eclipse at 29 degrees of Aries. That's where we may have started putting more attention into what it is that you want to do as an individual, trying to move more towards being who you are, being more comfortable in your skin, standing out as yourself. That's where we were really starting to kind of let go of the idea of people pleasing and giving up our own happiness for the happiness of others. This is where a lot of us were really beginning to let go of the idea of always being the mediator and always being agreeable and always trying to play devil's advocate. Like, a lot of us have really, over this last year and a half, found our grounding, and we've really started to move forward as ourselves and stopped putting so much weight on what other people think about it. And you may have seen something this past January as well. Something may have happened that kind of led to you having to shift your path on doing this at the time. It could be, oftentimes we forget that we set those intentions, or we kind of get off track as we go because life is distracting, right? And maybe something happened in January that puts you back in that space. You went, oh yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. Today is where we see that culmination, that reveal, the harvest moment of whatever it was that you started then and whatever it was that you had to adjust on in January. So today could be intense. The full moon is actually making a very loose grand cross with Pluto and Mars. Those two are building into an opposition, and that is going to be a spicy opposition when it starts getting triggered off, and it could very well get triggered off today. Probably not likely. It might just continue to build over the next week or so before it actually has its volcano moment. But today we also have Venus at 29 degrees of Scorpio. It is in a sextile with Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn. That is that opportunity to make whatever transformations it is that you need to make when it comes to your finances and your relationships, right? It's got kind of some ending energy to it. We also have Mercury in a quincunx to the North Node, so that's kind of like a little bit of a crossroads energy in how you communicate. Mercury in Scorpio can get pretty rough with the words. It's really good at finding the words that cut somebody to a core. Maybe you need to do that today. Maybe you got people in your orbit that are not hearing you when you're using the nice words, and it's time to use the mean words to get them to hear you. I mean, granted, it's usually best to just leave those situations if possible, but it's not always possible to do that. Now, Venus will move into Sagittarius this afternoon, and that's going to bring this need for freedom. It's a need to learn the truth. It's a need to have a little more fun, honestly. So you might kind of see this change in energy where you're really just tired. Things are heavy, and if you got to cut somebody out or cut a situation out in order to get to that place of just feeling light again and feeling like you're not being held down and so heavy anymore, you might find yourself wanting to do that. Right around that same time this afternoon, the moon's going to move into Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, and it's exalted there. So this could really put your emotional state in a very grounded type of energy, where you're standing on solid ground when you make your decisions. Okay. That also means that Venus and the moon are going to be in a quincunx as well. That's that crossroads energy where you're like, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I got to let go of one thing in order to move a different direction. And we really could see a lot of endings today. Full moons are for releasing. Okay, so whatever it is that's being revealed, that's showing you need to release that, these things that are holding you back, those things are going to become very clear for you today. Okay. Now, I have also had a lot of pentacles showing up in my tarot readings lately. And this Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn there, it's really giving me this energy of ending or fixing relationships that are transactional. And this is relationships of all kind, okay? The romantic, friendship, partnership, your jobs, the way you work with your coworkers, your boss, whatever. And a transactional relationship is not always money. A lot of times you get into a relationship with somebody because you need something, whether that is money or attention, or you want to have a family, you want to have kids, or maybe you need a roommate. I have a very bad habit of getting into relationships with people because I need a roommate. Right. I need a roommate. They need a place to stay, and we get along really well. And boom, next thing I know, I'm in a relationship that goes to shit a couple years later. So really, these transactional type of relationships are starting to fall apart. This is actually something I've been seeing just in my personal life with people I know. The biggest one right now is people that got married, got into a relationship because they wanted to have a family. And yeah, maybe they love the other person, but that the purpose of getting together was to have a family. And now those kids are adults. They're moving out of the house. They don't need the parents anymore. And that need for a family has been fulfilled. It's completely done. It's over with. And those relationships are starting to fall apart. So really think about, are you in a relationship where either you are expecting another person to fulfill some need for you, or are you in a relationship where somebody else is expecting you to fulfill a need for them? What's going on with that relationship? And this is across the board. What happens when that need is fulfilled? What happens when that person can't fulfill that need anymore for whatever reason? What happens if you're with somebody for financial stability, but they lose their job, or they get hurt, or they get sick, and they can no longer provide that need for you? What happens if you were with somebody because you wanted a family and now those kids are adults and they're moved out, and then what? What do you have together, right? This can also go for jobs as well. You know, yes, a job is technically transactional, but are you only fulfilling this one little need where they don't want to promote you because you're fulfilling this need? It doesn't matter that you're really, really good at it. They want you there because that's the need that you're fulfilling for them, and they're not willing to promote you from there, right? Like there's a lot of ways that transactional relationships can play out, and really think about that as we go through the day, because a lot of those are starting to fall apart right now. And I think I rambled long enough for almost 10 minutes. Energy of the day is Eight of Pentacles. This is that kind of going back to the drawing board. You know, there's energy of there's work that I need to do. There's something I need to fix. There's something I need to pay attention to and really work on. What we're focusing on is the Ace of Swords, that truth, that honesty, being honest with yourself, being honest with others, speaking up for yourself. What truth do you need to say? Even if it's hard, even if the other person doesn't want to hear it, even if they're going to get defensive against it and project or whatever, you got to say what you got to say, and you need to focus on what is your truth. Where are you heading despite anybody else's opinion of it? What we're avoiding is the Eight of Cups, and I'm pretty sure I had this yesterday. Don't let other people convince you that you need to go back and do some more work on yourself just because they don't like your truth. Okay? You've already done the work. You know where you're heading. You know where you need to go. Listen to your intuition and let it guide you. Don't let other people's opinions guide you or expectations. Bottom of the deck is the sun. So this is a very illuminating day. This is a day that should be kind of pointing out your confidence and really like showing you exactly the path that you need to be taking for yourself. Okay. Let's pull some clarifiers for our Eight of Pentacles here. Maybe. Oh, Four of Cups. A little distraction, like emotional distraction. Oh my goodness, that's a whole handful. All right, let's see what we got. We got Four of Cups, Ace of Cups, King of Cups, and the High Priestess. Number one, this is a lot of intuition. Make sure you're listening to your intuition. You're listening to your guides. You're not letting somebody else gaslight you into ignoring it. And you're not gaslighting yourself too, because Lord knows that intuitive people are very, very good at that. This feels like this energy is to, put in this work to make the changes that you need to make in your life, particularly when it comes into the realm of like stability, whether that's finances or just emotional stability here. All of these cups kind of makes me feel like emotional stability. Because there's something that's distracting you. There's like something that you're just not seeing, that cup, right? We got the Ace of Cups, which is that offer, and you're not seeing it, right? So make sure you're listening to your intuition so that you can get rid of these things in your life that are blocking you from seeing that King of Cups, from seeing that Ace of Cups, okay? So there's an offer kind of sitting right in front of you. This does not have to be romantic, okay? This could be friends. This could be partnerships, but it's an emotional fulfillment. It's an offer that is going to help you on an emotional level, right? And there's something in this realm of your social life, your work, your relationships that is blocking you from seeing this that is being offered to you. So we are listening to our guides. We're listening to our intuition so that we can really pay attention to what it is that is blocking us from moving forward. Okay, let's pull some clarifiers here for the Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. A lot of aces, huh? And one more, please. And Three of Swords. Why do I feel like a lot of people are really finding their grounding right now? Like they're really finding their path, right? They're finding themselves and they're really speaking up for themselves. They're really saying what they need to say to be able to move forward, right? And a lot of times when you start speaking up for yourself, how many times have you in your past put your foot down and said, no, that's it, I'm not doing this anymore, just whatever, I'm done, I'm out. And the person that you say that to goes, oh, but I'm so sorry. Here, let me help you. I won't do it again. We'll fix this, blah, 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 blah. Like they're coming in with this offer of stability to try to keep you from speaking your truth and moving on your path, right? But we all know where it ends, right there in that Three of Swords, right? So make sure that you are speaking your truth. Make sure that you are not allowing them to gaslight you or that you are gaslighting yourself out of following your truth, right? Because you're going to end up right back here. It's that cycle that's going to just continue to repeat itself until you break it. Because we have the Ace of Pentacles is looking right at that guy, coming in with that offer, knowing full well it's going to end over here too, in this heartbreak and this heartache, right? So really make sure that you are speaking your truth and you are standing strong with it. Speak your truth even if your voice shakes type of energy going on today. Clarifiers on our Eight of Cups. Why are we avoiding? Let's see, we got the Fool. Yeah. I'm throwing it. Oh. And the Magician, right? So, like I said, don't let somebody else or convince yourself into thinking that, well, maybe this isn't right. Maybe I do need to do more work, more soul searching, whatever. We're avoiding that. Why? Because we have everything that we need to create what we want, with or without other people that are holding us back. And we need to take that leap of faith, right? We need to trust ourselves. We need to trust the universe. We need to trust our guides, trust our intuition, and take the leap of faith and go towards our goals, manifest our goals for ourselves, not for everyone else. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Pentacles. There is like co-workers, people you network with, people you work with, like that's the underlying energy here. This is who we're working with today. It's the people that are in our realm that maybe we create with, we make money with, we do something along those lines with. That's where our influence is lying today. So make sure that you are standing your ground with them and not allowing them to override your intuition.